Imagine waking up the morning after your dream wedding, still glowing from the I do's, only to have your sister-in-law demand you hand over your wedding dress right then and there. What if she didn't just want to borrow it, but claimed it was family property because she was getting married next month and didn't want to spend money on her own? This isn't just a story about a dress. It's about the moment I realized that being part of a family doesn't mean being a doormat for someone else's audacity. I spent over a year saving every penny for my dream dress, a custom-made floor-length lace gown that made me feel like royalty. My husband and I worked extra shifts just to afford the wedding we wanted, and that dress was the centerpiece of it all. But less than 24 hours after the reception, while I was still packing for our honeymoon, my sister-in-law, Mandy, showed up at our house with a garment bag in her hand. Without even saying congratulations, she told me she was there to pick up the dress. Apparently, in her head, because my wedding was over, I had no use for it anymore. And since she was getting married in 6 weeks on a tight budget, she just assumed it was hers for the taking. When I told her no, she didn't just get upset, she threw a full-blown tantrum in my living room, accusing me of being selfish and materialistic for wanting to keep a piece of fabric in a closet while she struggled to afford her own. The drama didn't stop at my front door. Within hours, my mother-in-law was calling me, crying about how I was tearing the family apart over a dress I'd only ever wear once. She even suggested that since my husband's parents had helped pay for the catering, they technically had a share in the dress. It was pure gaslighting at its finest. They tried to make me feel like the villain for wanting to preserve my own memories. Mandy even went as far as posting on Facebook about family members who value silk over blood, making me the target of a digital witch hunt. I realized then that Mandy didn't just want the dress, she wanted to erase the fact that it was mine. She wanted to walk down the aisle in my sweat and my memories and call it her own. I stood my ground, but the price was high. I'm now the Bridezilla of the family, banned from their upcoming events, and my husband is caught in the crossfire of his sister's manipulation. But you know what? I don't regret it for a second. That dress represents a year of hard work, a day of pure joy, and a boundary that desperately needed to be set. Sometimes the hardest part of being the bigger person is realizing that the people asking you to be one are usually the ones trying to take advantage of you. As Mandy prepares for her wedding in a dress that isn't mine, I'm finally realizing that some bridges are worth burning if it means keeping your self-respect and your wedding dress intact.